justice, you say how?
End mass deportations now!
End mass deportations now!
People taking to the streets protesting the current presidential administration 1 year to the date since President Donald Trump officially took office for his second term. Now at 10, our Jordan Burrell brings us the message from protesters while the president praises his accomplishments within the past year. Jordan.
Cameron, to mark the 1-year anniversary of President Donald Trump's second term, demonstrators hit the streets protesting ICE and other federal policies. They say they'll keep fighting while Trump touts 365 wins over the last 365 days.
These are all, each line is something that we did. Nobody did that before.
Tuesday, 1 year after President Donald Trump took office for his second term, he delivered his book of accomplishments. The same day, protesters took to the streets of St. Louis, calling out policies they say will have lasting impacts on immigrants and communities across the country. First Alert 4 was there when demonstrators lined up along Tam Avenue, holding signs and chanting messages of opposition to the Trump administration and its immigration operation.
People are outraged. They're outraged over what is happening in Minneapolis. They're outraged over what happened to Renee Good.
President Trump speaking about Renee Good, the U.S. citizen killed by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. In his briefing Tuesday afternoon, Trump says sometimes ICE will make mistakes.
They're going to make mistakes sometimes. ICE is going to be too rough with somebody, or, you know, they're dealing with rough people. They're going to make a mistake. Sometimes it can happen. We feel terribly.
Protesters in downtown St. Louis say their issues go beyond politics. They're personal.
End mass deportations now!
End mass deportations now!
You know, his policies aren't very popular. They're only really for the rich. They aren't for the everyday working class person.
Trump touting what he calls several wins during the first year of his second term.
We have a lot of accomplishments,
including rebuilding the military and sealing business deals and investments in the U.S. Meanwhile, back in downtown St. Louis, demonstrators are vowing to not back down as Trump ushers in the second year of the term.
Individually, we might not be able to do anything, but if we're organized, we can. We're the ones that make change.
President Donald Trump also addressing affordability issues, saying the administration created super high economic growth. He blamed the disconnect Americans have with the economy on bad PR people. Cameron.
All right, Jordan, thank you for that update.